Howdy, Nino.
Hey, Turner. This is a very important question.
All right.
Who wrote this?
I believe who actually physically wrote it, I believe Coda.
Nakota, okay.
I believe, yes.
And Nakota,
we all had input on it, though.
Who's we all?
I believe myself, everybody who was, I believe, posted on it. I believe Davenport, myself, Ventura.
The amendment process only lists legislative authorities.
There's one more. His name's spacing me right now.
Davenport, Nakota, Ventura.
McQuillan was the other one.
McQuillan. I got you.
I believe that's the five. I mean, there's other people who glanced at it, talked to about it, but ultimately we were the ones who were doing the majority of it.
So the PD put this forward?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, no.
What's going on? We do something wrong?
You guys are fine. Yeah, you guys are fine. Just disappointment. I'm like, you know, I'm looking at the dog. You're not the dog, by the way. I'm looking at the dog, and they're sitting there with like the meat in its mouth with the puppy eyes, you know. And now I'm finding out that's not the dog. That's not your dog. That's someone else's dog. He's in your fucking kitchen. He's eating your fucking turkey leg. And he's giving you the puppy eyes like as if you gotta give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm trying to understand the analogy you're making here. I'm not
either. I don't know. I'm just kind of coming up with something. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it'd go somewhere, but it didn't. Okay, I appreciate it. Don't stress on it.
Okay. I'll again. So for certain, we're supposed to go through both mayors. You're 100% on
that. Yes.
Okay, so we weren't shot down by. Okay.
I think I need a little bit to unpack everything because this is sort of bigger than it is. Who did Faulkner propose? Like, where does Faulkner fit in all this?
I'll be honest. I took my VAF legislation I was putting together. I talked to the sheriff who said they were working on some VAF legislation as well. As it sounds good, let's put our heads together. It's statewide anyways. Let's put our heads together. We all talked it out, you know, in different meetings. We put it together, and I don't believe I've never talked to Falconer about it. I'm not sure how Falconer plays into it exactly. However, I don't want to say I'm not responsible in any way, shape, or form. I am. I'm part of it, but I was not part of the conversation with Falcon.
It's this is possibly turning into something a little larger, which is good, right? I think it's healthy. I just needed to understand where. I'm still trying to figure it out, and this information helps me figure it out. But I will keep you appraised as I can be more conclusive as to my thoughts, right? I don't want to say anything while it's like quarter baked. But
okay, that's fair. I was gonna head down to the courthouse. We just got an emergency call for backup here, and we're just clearing up with it.
No worries. We can chat more.
I'm gonna be heading back to talk with hopefully Arcadia or Justice or something. You know, do we have grounds to pull this down, or am I gonna make myself look like an idiot if I sit up there? And
I
try
don't
to pull it
think you should anymore.
Okay.
I think Faulkner needs to pull it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. But
wait, why Faulkner?
We should probably give me till tomorrow to look at it. Yeah, and because I don't want to shoot from the hip, but there's a lot cooked right now. I don't even think they should have pushed this forward. It's getting. Wait till tomorrow. So I'm not gonna pull anything right now. Then, am I still? No. You still have any issue with me checking with justices, or at least having a conversation with them? You could certainly chat with them. Yeah.
I mean, I also know you won't.
Okay,
you won't shut me down from doing that, but
I will.
You have an issue if I do?
I think right now, they're all subject to impeachment. And from your perspective, I know that you guys probably just want to push a VAF legislation, but as we're unpacking this, it seems like these guys are too stupid to be in their position because they should have stopped you. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I know so far and why this is getting even more cooked is because the original document was signed by Angel, and now there's 4 justices that have signed this document that they didn't even write and that y'all didn't write on behalf of them. So firstly, why did they even tell you that this was okay? Number 2, it's extremely cooked. It's kind of,
what you're saying.
Yeah, it's so cooked. I'm sitting back and I'm just like, I think they all need to be impeached just for the sheer fact that there's a level of incompetence where they don't even understand what they're doing. Because you guys aren't underwriters, y'all are the authors. You would be underwriters if you're writing it on behalf of them.
So so we would have to have someone from a branch.
Yeah.
That's what the mayor's office.
Your
for.
representatives.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, like in the United States, you go to your representatives or you go through, push through Congress, right? You don't have like, you don't give, you know, the president a Tesla and say, hey, can you sign this for me, please? Actually,
right. I thought, you know, in my mind, I always have checks and balances, or always should be checks and balances. My check and balance was the DOJ in my mind here. That's why it all made sense to me. But clearly I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, DOJ. That's it's a lot of people still think that's the case. There is no check and balance. We're each legislative authority is each other's check and balance. The people themselves are the check and balance, and that's why there's the ability to contest, right? So even if, let's say, I push something forward, right, or like Flippy could even go and push a piece of legislation on his own accord, technically. I mean, hell, y'all can do it without me. Even like those avenues actually exist.
What do those avenues look like then?
I would take a look at the legislative process. It's all detailed in there. I don't want to do it injustice.
What do we consider then as a PD as opposed to a civilian?
You are civilians. You aren't a branch of the government. You're a public service. You're a public service working for the county, right? So your personal opinions as to what law should look like, and that's, I think, one of the things that's been hard to, you know, I think, like, explain, because there was a way things used to work for years, right? That doesn't exist anymore. In the past, let's say the PD's like, hey, this needs to happen. You would kind of petition the feds, right? Or maybe a rep in the DOJ through a chief justice that has a line to the feds, right? Our system now is through legislative authorities and personal voices. So, in other words, if the PD wants something, you are petitioning the mayor's office as a block, right? Or as a block within the PD or whatever. Is that making sense?
Yeah, but I mean, I definitely understand we're a democracy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It makes a bit more sense, you know.
So as a public service, like as a like public service for the county, like you would be advocating to the public or through your legislative authorities, like, hey, for the sake of public safety, we need these things because of this reason, right?
So we're part of the executive branch. Is that correct?
You're not.
Law enforcement in general?
No.
Law enforcement is not part of the executive branch.
Mm-mm. We don't have an executive branch.
Oh, well, okay, that explains that.
It's the best.
What branches do we have?
We have our own. I think if we were to use like United States terms, we have the we have like if we were to make a similarity, it's kind of like you have the courts and you have 2 Congresses or 2 House of Representatives, right? For each county. So there's the judicial branch and the legislative branch and the medical branch. There is no executive branch. There is no president.
Okay.
So to give an idea, tell me if this is I'm going too deep into this. Like in the United States, right? The representatives are voted in by provinces of different states, right? Like different segments.
Yeah.
And every state, depending on their population, has a different number of representatives. You go to those representatives, they bring it up in a vote in the House of Representatives. That passes there, and then the bill then might get signed by the Senate, right? And then it's like a joint thing, and then it goes up, right?
It's right here in front of me. The legislation I literally have open. Department of Justice is one branch of legislation. County Mayor's office is another. And San Andreas Medical Authority is another here.
Mm-hmm.
I actually read this 5 times today, and I guess
yep.
I had a pre-existing understanding of it. So,
and just to be like clear, in the event it comes up, myself and my team literally gave the DOJ an olive branch and said, we still want you guys to be able to write legislation. The governor actually said that they have no authority. We let them do it.
One more time. Say it one more time for me.
The governor told everyone that they actually have no authority to write legislation.
Who's everyone? He told everyone.
The DOJ. The DOJ.
Okay.
Told everyone, the DOJ, the SAMA, both mayors in these meetings, that is not their job. Their job is to look at the legislation we write that's enacted, etc., by the people, and they are to interpret it. We, however, gave them an olive branch and allowed them to continue to write it. But we're once again foolishly said, you know what, they'll be responsible. Now, they fucked that up again. The moment y'all presented to them, they should have been like, oh shit, we shouldn't be touching this. So
okay.
Yeah. So anyways, we can talk a little bit more in detail tomorrow. I'll have better facts in place. Like I said, it's not on you guys, right? You guys have y'all's expertise. I think, right? We have ours. Obviously, there's, it's.
I'm gonna bring Bailey with me as well on this one.
Sure,
if you don't mind.
Yeah. No, of course. All
Let's
right.
see if he's available after the meeting tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right, Nino. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It says amendments to existing legislation may be proposed by any legislative authority on